guys, this is Al Morris, and I would like to present you today the making of my new track Julie, which was released on Future Sound of Egypt recordings, and already at number 7 position at Beatport Trance, and I really appreciate this. Many thanks for your support, guys. I've also bought me a new camcorder, so I have got a better quality of my videos here in the studio just for you guys. Well, let me tell you maybe something about the title. Some of you guys ask me, who is Julie? And the title I had for this track in the last year, back in 2015. My wife and me expected a child, and we didn't know at the time if it would be a boy or a girl. But we expected the child in July this year in 2016. And we were searching for some names, and at the time I was also here in my studio and I had some inspiration for a track, and I thought, if it would be a girl, Julie, when the girl came in July, I was born in July, and if it would be a girl, this might be one of our favorite names, Julie. So in the end it was a boy. The boy was born, Jamie, but I kept the title, so this is the track I would dedicate to my girl, my firstborn girl, but in the end it was a boy. But nevertheless I kept the title, so this is the reason why I called this track Julie. Okay, let us have a closer look into the production here in my sequencer, and I will load the project of this track. Some of you guys ask me what I'm using a sequencer, and I'm really satisfied with the sequencer Reaper. Some of you guys ask me, is this Cubase or is this Logic? Or no, this is Cocos Reaper. I can really recommend it. And well, let me search for Julie. Julie, yes, there is Julie. And I will load this project. Alright. Yeah, when I start to produce a song, I very often start with making the break, because in the break I have the ideas. I sometimes just searching for new sound or play with a pad, and then I have some ideas for the track, and so I will show you the break at the very beginning. This is the project, you can see this, and the break sounds like this. There are several sounds playing at the same time. First of all, I had the idea because of this pad. We have here not such a different or such a chord progression like in my other tunes, like in the Elation tune. There's simply basic chord progression, and this is the pad playing here. This is the solo pad. So I've got two chord progression, two basic chord sounds, harmonic sounds, and this is the main harmonic progression in this part. Of course, to support the pad, I had this bass pad in the background. And some of you guys ask me what I prefer to use, which synthesizer, and I really enjoy the Spire synthesizer. I use the synth very often in my productions, especially in a trance production. And yeah, there are also some other sounds in the background, and there are some vocals which repeat every single time. And I will show you the vocals in the background supporting or playing with the pads. And every single time, this is on loop, and it's really nice because I had the feeling of this track. It should be a good feel song with warm atmosphere and also some kind of a floating song. The vocals support this little warm and melodic and probably this little bit girlish. When I thought of Julie, would be really nice to have some vocals, such vocals in here. And sounds really nice, I guess. There are some synth plugs which play in the background. This is synth number 1. We'll filter down. And I really enjoy this melody. Yeah, and another synth plug is Layer, with a more plucky sound, and also rises with the volume and also with the filter. And the third synth layer, also the same synth melody, which has a more noisy character. So all three synths all together. And with the pads in the background, the chord progression, the vocals in the background, and this is already the main break or main idea of this break, with the warm pads and the plug sounds. And what I really love to bring in some, I call it magic plug. I found a preset which when it is arpeggiated with some sinus sounds, and when you play with one single finger, it will change the octaves of the sound. And it sounds so cool because I think it's like some kind of magic plugs, and so I bring them in. These are the magic plugs, I called it. Well, let me hear it. A solo, this one here. And to change a little bit of the panning size, so some of the sounds you hear more left, more right. And this is some of my secret producing things which I really love to bring in. These are some smaller details, but I really love those things in my productions. And yeah, there are also some atmospheric chords like this one here. When I go into the break, let me show you some of them. I haven't opened the project for about many months, so I'm really also looking what I have got here. I'm not really sure. Let us hear. A background vocal with much reverb, Atmos sound, another atmospheric sound, and the next atmospheric sounds, which a lot of reverb. And this really brings the atmosphere into the break. Another atmospheric sound which plays at the same time in the background is the texture sound. More on the deep frequencies, like you can see. I'm not sure if you can hear it. It's really quiet, but it supports the break. Well, this sound here, black sound. I also bring that in. Yeah. And of course some swoosh and effect sounds. It sounds like this here. Boom. And so on. Yeah. So all the parts are together here in the break. When we go into the main part here, many of you guys ask me, so much reverb. Many of you guys ask me, how do you make this bass line? Guys, if you would like to produce a simple trance bass line, you can just search on YouTube like for trance bass line tutorials. I won't go much into detail into the bass lines, but I can, because it would just take so much time. What I can show you is the solo parts of my bass lines. I have used here about 6 bass lines. This is the deep bass line in the main part. Sounds like this. Really basic. Okay. The next bass line. Some crackle sounds. Not sure what's wrong. The next bass line with a different rhythmic. So all 3 bass lines, the very first 3 bass lines here, with the kick in the background. Yeah, something like this. So really basic structure. And the next bass line, this is a 3 of 3 bass line I built in here. And so on. The next bass line, arpeggio bass line, sounds like this. For the higher frequencies. And the last bass line. So all 6 bass line at the same time. With the kick. And so on. And yeah, the percussion parts are not such interesting, I guess. Loops and claps and things all together, playing at the same time. These are the percussion parts. The effect sounds parts, which sound like this. With down sweeps and up sweeps and so on. Yeah, and there's also the main plugs. There's the plug sounds also from the break, which played the same melody. Oh no, another melody, a new melody, which I also bring in as intro part. In the intro part, Yeah, and there are some synth plugs which play this melody in the background. Supporting this melody also the other melody sound, which I guess also with the same synth sound. When you listen at this passage I play, and after in the second part, and at this passage I play some different notes. I play instead of. Alright, so I have some similar but also some supporting melodies at the same time. So when you listen to all plug sounds here, with the pads in the background, and the other sound, the other plug sound which I showed you first. The Basslines. And this was already my some of my very first and ideas which I finished, but something I felt like something was missing just to bring, or to have this floating and flying sound. So I bring in and loaded the sounds from Elation and Closer to Heaven, and also bring them in together into this song. And these are the lead pads which are supporting the main part, and which also bring you this flowing and warm and floating. I guess I wanted to say floating part of the song. And this it plays this melody here. So of course I could just leave it this track without this melody. This melody so would sound like this. But it was a little bit, for my opinion, a little bit, I wouldn't say too boring, but I was missing something, like could get more the euphoric and euphoric feeling in this track. So with these pads, it sounds like in the final version like this. And the last thing I would like to show you, the B part of the main theme, I brought in and bring in some other melodies. First, this melody here in the background playing, starting at the B part. In the background you will hear the song. Really, really nice. I really enjoy this. So, to bring in melodies, you won't really hear it probably in the front, but you will hear it, and it yeah, there are just so many melodies at the same time. This is probably what yeah, this is my kind or my thing to produce songs or trance songs. And another melody which also supports the B part, which is this one here. Alright guys, so this should be for today. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you also produce music and trance music, it could help you probably to get an own inspiration for your own songs, or probably to get some ideas to improve your songs or to bring in some other things. And yeah, you can watch also some of my other videos on my YouTube channel, or just visit my Facebook page or Twitter page, which is facebook.com/LMorrismusic, and Twitter as well. Okay, see you next time. L. Morris. Bye.